on the 23rd of August to choose a history of bad governance culture in this country and a future of good governance. The people of Zimbabwe have an opportunity to choose between poverty and Maguta in the coming election. We have an opportunity as the citizens of Zimbabwe to correct the legacy of ZANU PF. What is the legacy of ZANU PF? The legacy of ZANU PF is economic collapse. The legacy of ZANU PF is the collapse of leadership in this country. The legacy of ZANU PF is the collapse of human rights and the rule of law and constitutionalism in this country. And that is the obligation of citizens on the 23rd of August to correct. You would recall that in 1980, Zimbabwe adopted a very thriving economy. You know, our Zimbabwe dollar was powerful against the US dollar, $1 and $1.50. In 2018, when Comrade Superman Dwanzira here and their team took over the reins of power, albeit contestedly, they adopted an economy where we had 10 billion of our national external debt, and just in the past 5 years, that figure has ballooned. 2022, we had our national external debt at 18.73 billion United States dollars. That is a sign of economic collapse in this country. We have this government of ZANU PF which took over the reins of power in 2018 when only about 49% of our population was living below the poverty datum line. We're living in abject poverty. And just today, we have over 7.7 billion Zimbabweans who are living, just under the poverty datum line. This is the legacy of ZANU PF. This is the legacy of ZANU PF we wish to correct on the 23rd of August as the citizens of Zimbabwe. A legacy of corruption. Zimbabwe today loses about 1.8 billion United States dollars from illicit financial flows, particularly in the gold industry. You know of the gold mafia saga. We all heard of it. ZANU PF disputes that this is happening. Why? Because they choose to harbor the criminals involved in the corruption which has destroyed this country. This is the legacy of ZANU PF. Corruption in parastatals, corruption in government ministries. There is a lot of examples we can give. You know very well of the Delish Mangwayas of this country who are moving scot-free, albeit they had been an expose of their massive corruption. Today we are adopting, we have a government which presides over, beautifying airports and beautifying border posts. When hospitals down there in the rural areas do not have adequate equipment, do not have adequate medicines. Today, children are dying down there in Chimanimani, children are dying down there in Berengwa, while it's, during childbirth. Why? Because we do not have functional maternity wards in our hospitals. We are adopting, as the CCC government, we are adopting a government which has presided over serious economic decay in this country. And Zimbabweans have an opportunity on the 23rd of August to choose the hope of a new great Zimbabwe, to choose a Zimbabwe which is for everyone, a Zimbabwe which puts the citizen at the center. That is what Zimbabweans are going to choose on the 23rd of August.
Great. Mr. Gumba, I will stop